Hey everybody. Somebody's always going to dislike you. I just wanted to put that out there at the beginning of the video. I made a video before this about how I wanted to do a series on philosophy and my philosophy of life. And I kind of wanted to make this secondary video to kind of start it off in a way. I had a couple thoughts come to mind. I have my journal here, you know, where I keep all my thoughts and write down all my interests, and sometimes I've been known to share, I actually have about 5 journals, but this is the one that I just wrote something down a minute ago that I wanted to share. Didn't want to forget it. Came to mind. 2 things. Do not base others' lives' values on your own, which is obvious. Don't assume somebody else is only worth as much, that they're not worth as much as you, merely because they have a different value system or a different religion, whatever it might be. The second one was, someone will always dislike you no matter how hard you try to be kind. And so I thought I would make a quick video on this, because I'm sure every one of you has experienced this. Maybe some of you are not very nice people yourselves. I don't know. I'm just saying, if a person is not nice and somebody else tells them they're not nice, they may blow it off. But if a whole bunch of people tell you, hey, you're kind of a jerk, then you start to listen to it. What happens is we choose to either become nicer people, or we choose to withdraw from society and become, you know, rebels in our own minds. But in reality, we're escaping being part of a society that we know that the collective consciousness, if you will, or the collective intelligence, generally is superior to the individual intelligence. And we hate to admit that, because we think that everything in the middle is mainstream and that they don't know what they're talking about. The truth is that, in my opinion, that living your life means that you have to get along with as many people as you can, because it helps us to become better people. It's just as important as learning as much as we can. You know, we should spend at least an hour a day doing research on a new subject we don't know. I mean, we could gain vast amounts of knowledge if we just do that. But when it comes to other people, we tend to kind of shut down. You know, we want to learn things, but we don't want to learn about people. And psychology is its own field. I won't get into psychiatry and psychology and try to pick that apart. So many people are so resistant to that whole aspect. And when it comes to personality types, I'm resistant myself. I don't really believe that anyone can be defined by a number or 4 letters. Personalities are much more complicated than that. And I know this because my personality has changed over the last 10 years, over the last 5 years, over the last 20 years, whatever. You know, every 5 years or so I'm changing and carrying new values, new understandings. But no matter how balanced I am, of course there's always going to be somebody who dislikes me because they don't like my opinion, because maybe I said something to them in a comment or a video, you know, a year ago or 2 years ago that they still remember and harbor resentment for. And some people are like trolls, you know, but other people are actually upset because, and this has happened to me several times, as you know, I've got so many subscribers now that when I argue with people, you know, on a separate video and say, oh, that's not true, somebody might look at my channel and think, oh, well, you just think you're smart because you have all these subscribers, or, you know, they might get more offended because they have more subscribers, if that makes sense. And I don't have that many. I've got, what, 13,000, you know, maybe close to 14,000. That blows my mind, but it's nothing compared to the millions of subscribers to the lipstick tutorial videos, makeup tutorials. I mean, anybody who's been to the what's hot bullshit on YouTube, you know, being here, and I feel like I'm kind of cornered as a philosopher on YouTube. There's only a few channels that are putting out any material that's decent that I've found, and you know, I enjoy a few. Like The School of Life is a wonderful channel, even though they can be, some people think that he's pretentious, or that, you know, oh, arrogant about certain things. You know, it's just the reality of life, dude. It's how some people make videos. He puts some quality time into his videos. There are a few channels I like, but really not that many actual philosopher type video. Aaron Goch, G-O-C-H, A-R-O-N-G-O-C-H is how you spell it. He's from South Africa, and I enjoy his videos, even though he's had some hard times in his life, obviously. We all have. He kind of, he resonates with me so much because he can dwell into the darker side of things. Not darkness. If you're watching Aaron, I don't mean that as an insult. He talks about things that people need to understand about themselves and how they view themselves and the world. And there are a few other channels that I watch that it seems like they're, but that's it. There's only like 4 or 5 channels that I've found that talk about really important life issues without advertisements, without fancy graphics, without, you know, I'm not insulting anyone who uses those things. I'm just saying people talking to the camera one-on-one is very difficult to find. So for me to put my heart out here when people disagree with me, I'm totally cool with that. I'm a one individual. I don't think I have it figured out. No way. But when people hate me just for no reason at all, you know, of course it can be bothersome. And I let it go really quick. I mean, I don't get offended anymore. I have thick skin. Being online and on YouTube and having 4,000 videos. Dude, I've got ones about Judaism and Islam and religion. I have ones about Christianity. I have videos where I talk about, you know, a variety of conspiracy theories. And every one of them, at least every day I get a comment where somebody who's just all caps, just like, fuck you, you dumbass fucking cunt. You don't know what you're talking about. And in the day, I used to get upset about it when I first started YouTube. But I built such a thick skin to it while still maintaining my humanity without taking it out on other people. Because I say, hey, this has taught me a lesson that other people feel very strongly about some things. And I've moved away from those things and into other things. But there are a few people like Mac. Oh my God, McCleary. If any of you remember Mr. McCleary, that guy was fucking, you know, he was pissed at me for no reason whatsoever other than I disagreed with him. And that was, of course, like 3 or 4 years ago. But he's one of the trolls that bothered me for like a year or more. And since I kept responding to him, he kept responding to me. Those are the bigger metaphors for life, that if we respond to idiots, they're going to respond back, and they're going to keep at it until they have, you know. And some people shut down their channels because of guys like that, you know. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I know who I am, and I know what I stand by. I know me. I'm Carpo. I'm Joshua. I'm a dude who has lived my own life and don't have to defend myself to anyone, but still enjoy being liked like anyone, because as a human, we want to be liked. So I just thought I would put that out there for anybody who feels like, you know, somebody doesn't like them, or they can't please a family member or a friend or a loved one. You've just got to live your life. You just got to do it your way. Say, hey, that's tough shit. You know, I have a family. You know, when I come out to make a video, if I get interrupted, I might get frustrated for a moment, or maybe not, depending on the mood I'm in. If I need some privacy, I can go out and take a drive, you know, if I really wanted to. In other words, I don't have to defend who I am, but I try to be the best person I can, and I think we all do, you know. And I think we all deserve to treat ourselves better and not be bothered by what other people think. But to a degree, still, to leave that, got to make that point. To a degree, we have to actually care what our neighbors and our friends and our family think, because if everyone's telling us we're a total shitbag, then maybe we are. But if 1 or 2 people do, and everyone else says, hey, man, you're pretty friendly, you're a pretty nice guy, and you know in your heart you're a good person, that's all you need. Fuck other people, you know? Live your own life. Do your own thing. Enjoy what you've got. Enjoy your time while you're here. Don't be influenced by other people's nonsense and bullshit. Because so many people are so upset and depressed that they will try to bring you down any way they can. Because they're uncomfortable with their own lives, and they just want to make you feel like an asshole along with them. So, let it go. Peace and love. I'll be talking to y'all soon, and have a wonderful night or day, whatever it may be. Peace.